Laughter is good medicine.
A lot of laughter.
Good evening, Facebook.
Hi, everybody.
Okay, good evening. My name is Camille Oneash Latty from Oneash Impacting the Masses, and I have the lovely Latoya.
Hi, I'm Latoya Baugh.
It's good to have her. I'm trying to switch my board here. So what's going out there? I'm just gonna wait a few minutes till everybody settle themselves in and start. Hey Kendall, how are you?
Hi, Kendall.
Kendall.
Da.
Hi Sam.
Hello.
Hi Dan. What's going on out there? Can you guys hear me? Hear us?
Let us know if you can hear us.
Just waiting on a few people to log on. Hi Jodeline. How are you? Good evening. Just waiting on a few people to log on, and then we're going to start our Strength of a Woman conversation.
Should be pretty interesting.
It will be fun. We'll learn something new tonight. Last night you guys had me for a whole hour. Tonight is 30 minutes. Right? I'm going to shortchange you guys tonight. All right, glam girls. So we got Kinda Edwards, Sam Anadio, Dan, and Jodeline. Jodeline, it's so good to see you online. Who else is there? Just send your shout out. Hi, I'm doing well. Hello, glam girls. How are you guys doing? Yes, so we're live in Glam Girls over here, and we're live on Oneash Ismail over there, right? And I got pimples in my face. That's not good. All right, so tonight we're going to be discussing the topic, the strength of a woman. And if you're a man, you can also express and ask questions in regards to the strength of a man and how you see it. Hey, yes. Altisha, how are you? How are you? Good to see you back tonight. Y'all worked me out last night, man. I was tired. And I was done. That's why they had me going for a whole hour. And they kept the questions coming.
It's good.
So tonight we have the lovely Nakia Baugh, my friend. She started out with me on my journey when I had my beauty salon, and she was one of the first to ever subscribe to Oneash Impacting the Masses. When I tell you she's a friend and a companion, a backbone, everything, a shoulder to lean on, yes. She is that and all, you know. So tonight I'm happy to have her with me. So we're going to talk about the strength of a woman. So Latoya, explain to the people who you are, introduce yourself so they get to know a little bit about you.
Okay, so I'm Latoya Baugh, and I do accounting. I work for the state of Connecticut. I am an accountant. I'm from Jamaica. I went to the University of the West Indies, and I came here. I went to the University of St. Joseph and did my master's degree. And when I was doing my master's degree, I was told that I had to do another accounting degree because my accounting degree here in the U.S. wouldn't count.
Really?
Yeah, the one from Jamaica wouldn't count.
Wow.
So I was determined to prove them wrong that I will be an accountant
That's
in
right.
the United States with my Jamaican accounting degree.
That's right. And you surely did accomplish that. I remember that day she came, she said, oh, you got to fix my hair, do my hair this way, blah, blah, blah. I said, are you for real? She said, I'm for real. I'm serious. You got to hook me up. And I surely did hook her up. She looked fabulous going to her graduation.
Yes.
So,
that's the first time you did my hair. The very first time you did my hair.
Awesome. So, you know, it ain't today. It's been a journey. Talk about the strength of a woman. So, Latoya, when you hear the topic, the strength of a woman, what does that speak to you? For
me, it speaks about the inner beauty, you know, what is within. It's nothing on the outside. It's what is within you, you know, your determination, your drive, you know, to hear someone say you can't and tell yourself that I can and I will prove you wrong. That is what strength of a woman, you know, be comfortable within you and within yourself, within your skin, and just know that there's no one stopping you but you. That is what strength is for me.
So, how would you tell another female that does not know their strength how to find their strength?
First thing first, you have to sit back. You have to listen to yourself, listen to your thoughts, ask yourself question. What is it that I want? Because as women, I think we tend to focus on what is it that the kids want and what is it that friends want and family want, and we tend to leave ourselves to the back. And I was in a position once and I felt like I left myself to the back, and I wasn't, at the end of the day, I was tired and I felt like I had nothing and nobody to lean on because I was trying to be there for everyone. Right. But what I would tell another female is that you have to sit back. Ask yourself a question. What is it that I want? What is my goal? You know, where do I expect to be in 3 months, 6 months, a year? You know, some people say do 5 years. I don't say do 5 years because 5 years is so way out. You take small steps, and then eventually you'll get there. Right. You set attainable goals. That's the other thing. Attainable goals, things that you know you will be focused on. Right. You know that you will do. And it's all about, you know, having a vision. You know, they say to get vision board. I don't have one, but I have a little book that I take everywhere, and I write in that book, what is it that I want? Where do I want to be? Right. And, you know, that's just a brief overview of what I'll say to start. You know, for a lady or a woman, just, you know, you have to sit back and think about what is it that you want for yourself. And always remember, self comes first. You know, if you think about it, you know, when you're in an airplane, what do they tell you when you're traveling with a child? What do they tell you?
You secure yourself
first, right? And if they drop the mask, you're supposed to secure yourself first. Before, because think about it, if you're not taking care of yourself, how can you take care of someone else?
Definitely. How can you be in a relationship, rather?
Exactly.
With anyone, not just personal, but how can you be in a business relationship if you're not doing self-care? Exactly,
and that is what is important.
So there you have it, people. Self-care is like number one in order to find your strength, right?
Self-care is definitely number one.
Self-care is number one. Anything else you want to add to that?
So, you know, once you sit back and you say, okay, this is self-care. This is where this is what I want. Now, you set your goals. Now, how is it that you're going to get to those goals? That's number two. Right. You have to write down, you know, if you say, okay, I want to go back to school. Okay, that is a goal. I want to go back to school. So what are you going to do? You know, you start looking for schools, start looking for grants, scholarships, you know, baby steps. So you have your goal. You need to plan how to get to that goal. Right. And then the third step from that is, okay, you have a plan on how to get to that goal. Okay, let me start that goal. Action steps. So you go to school, right? You sign up. And you get your financial aid. For example, going back to school, you get your financial aid. You get it going, and that is what important. Like, you cannot stop. And this is the other thing, we have self-doubt is the biggest thing.
Whoa, talk about that thing.
self-doubt. Oh my gosh.
Talk about that.
Self-doubt.
So do you think that most women, especially us African American women, do you think that because we doubt ourselves on the fact that we're not good enough, we're not strong enough, we might not have the mind to learn, we're afraid? Do you think that those things cause us to doubt ourselves?
Okay, first thing
going
first.
back to school?
First thing first, we all have the mind to learn. We all have the mind to learn.
Yes.
But you have to be willing to learn.
Okay.
That's the part. You have to be willing to learn. So we all have the mind to learn. I don't see any other skin color, hair type, or anything as more important than I am.
Right.
I am just a person as you are. And when I look at, like, for example, my counterparts right now, you know, I am not intimidated.
Right.
Like, I do not let anyone. If I need to do it, this is for me. This is gonna make me grow. This is what I am doing, and that's you know, you have to have that self-value,
self-worth.
Oh yes, you have to tell yourself, like, I have, like, in my bathroom, I have sticky notes. Okay, you are beautiful. You are wonderful. You know, you're fearfully made. You need affirmations. Yes, you need affirmations. So if at any point in time you feel like you're inferior to something or anyone, that's why I have those little yellow sticky notes on my mirror.
Glam girls, you
it's just affirmation, because I realize self-doubt is one of our biggest drawbacks. And you know, sometimes you might tell a friend or a family member and they'll be like, so how are you going to do this and how you're going to do that? And you know,
why do they always have the question, how?
How? Like,
come on now, you guys know I love conversation, so y'all type some questions. Hi, Sushi. Hi, Lovey, Yasmin, and Carmen. So we got Alabama in the house. So when we talk about self-doubt, women, men, we don't want to leave the men out, even though the conference is entitled Strength of a Woman.
No, but it goes both ways.
But it goes both ways, because you have some men, for instance, who have weaknesses. They have self-doubt. They have, you know, lesser value. They think less of themselves. They have, you know, issues like we do. But they don't have, what they don't have is a voice. It's very rare when you see a man stands up and say, okay, we're going to get together and we're going to come up against this thing and mentor and motivate. It's very few and far in between.
Right.
So when you find that men out there cherish it, when you have somebody like Lovey who will start, you know, a father's conversation on how to be a good father. So, you know, it's not just the women we're empowering, it's everyone. Okay, so let's make that clear. Thank you so much for joining, Leroy. Now, to our next question. What makes you strong? Or who makes you strong?
Okay, I have to be strong for my one boy, Khalil. But what makes me strong, it starts before Khalil. I grew up in a family of matriarchs, right? You know, you're here. You don't let a man do this for you. You don't let a man do that for you. And, you know, after a while, you learn and you see why you don't let a man do certain things. Because you don't want to hear, oh, I did this for you and I did that for you. And for me, that is unacceptable. It's very unacceptable. And so with that, I took that from the females I grew up with and say, okay, I have to build on what they've given to me. Right. I'm not saying I was perfect. I did fall at some point in time, but the thing with falling is that you have to get up and you have to keep going. That is what is important. You have to keep going. There's no stopping. There are times when you feel like giving up and you want to hide yourself in a cave. You know, that's just for a little bit. You know, you can take yourself through that phase. We are all human, but you know, there's a book called The Law of Attraction.
Yes, let's talk about that.
The Law of Attraction, basically,
because it works for business as well.
Oh yeah, it works for everything. If you think about it, it works for everything in your life. And that book is my holy grail. Like, it works for every single thing in your life. If you think about it, when you think positive thoughts,
yes.
When you're going into a situation, you have to think positive thoughts. Okay, like when I was told that I wouldn't be an accountant if I don't go back to school here in the U.S., I wouldn't be an accountant. I was determined. You know, I sent out my application. You know, people ask me, how did you get in the state? I sent an application. And when I explained to my boss, it's like how I got out of surgery one day and went to the interview the next day. So you have to have that determination, that self-determination. The law of attraction tell you, you think positive thoughts, you know, it brings positive results. When you have, you know, negativity, you have to pick the positive out of that negative. So, for example, your car broke down and you weren't able to reach the work on time. But guess what? You have a job.
You have to get there.
You have a job.
Take
there's
Uber.
a bus. There's Uber. Lyft. There's so many different other options that you
Call
can
somebody
take.
for a ride.
At the end of the day, you have a job. So yes, your car might be broken at this point in time, but it will not be broken forever. And you know, we know a bit about, you know.
Yeah, we know the hardship of life. But you see, I want to touch on that because for so many reasons. One, we tend to disbelieve in ourselves, right?
Okay.
So it helps us to sit back, way back, and relax and not step forward to say, I will, I am. Because in order for you to step into the now, you got to take action steps.
Right.
You got to move.
Right.
And in order for you to get to where you need to go, you got to put one foot in front of the other.
Okay.
Winston Churchill said, is it Winston Churchill or Nelson Mandela? He said, look to the sun and keep your foot going forward. I think Nelson Mandela said that. So you want to look up and keep moving.
Yeah, they say if you can't run, you walk. You can't walk, you crawl.
You crawl. That's Les Brown. You know, you gotta be, like he said, you gotta be hungry.
Hungry.
You know, you gotta be hungry. You know, you gotta be really, really hungry to do more, to be more, to get to that place where you said, I am in the now and I'm staying here until my level is completed to go to the next level. No, I'm not saying you won't have some disappointments.
You will have disappointments.
You will have some disappointments. You will have some sadness. You will have some lonely times. But it ain't lonely at the top, baby.
Oh no,
I could tell you that.
Oh no, you know the other thing about it is that, you know, it's about the journey to get to where you want to go, because there's always ups and downs. There's gonna always be ups and downs. It's life. It's a cycle.
In every journey, listen. In every journey, there has to be stoplights. Intersection.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
There has to be stop signs.
Yes.
In every journey, and when you get to a stoplight, you have the caution first.
All right.
And then the stop. Then you gotta wait. Then you gotta go. Breathe. Circle of life. But our problem is we become so doubtful.
Right.
We do not have we lose determination because we're like, oh my God, the light is taking forever to change. We get impatient. We get intolerant. We get out of control. Yes. And we want to press gas and keep going. But you're going to run out of gas if you keep going.
So you got an accident.
Or you get in an accident.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about the strength of a woman. You know, and these are things that we women do. We do it in business. We do it in relationships where we seem to forget the rules of the road.
Oh, yeah.
Because women, we don't like to wait.
We keep going.
We keep going.
Don't
like
keep going, girl. You gotta stop. Stop. Take time out.
Yes. Take time out.
You know, think.
Breathe.
Is it true?
Write the vision. Make it plain. Then don't change your goals.
No.
But you can change your behavior towards achieving those goals.
And speaking about behavior, you know, your behavior is important. Because
attitude.
Yes. You know, the other day my boss said to me, you know, it's common. Your attitude determines your altitude. It's really cliche. It's really common. But, you know, when you think about it, you know, when I started working, you know, at my current job, I was told that you'll never get excellent. Like when they're doing their
reports at the end of the
at the end of the year, you know, you're told like you'll never. We don't give excellent here because it's satisfactory, excellent, and whatever else they have on it. And I was told that we'll never get it, but yeah, I got 2 out of 4. You know, And I'm looking at it like, don't tell me what I'll never get, because
So
I will
that brings
prove
me
you
to
wrong.
my next question. Do you believe that women are discriminated in the workplace?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And I have a perfect example. Listen, I have a perfect example. So when I first started there, you know, I'm always, if I'm doing something, I'm doing it to the best of my ability. And I've learned lately, like before I didn't do that, but I've learned lately, like if you're gonna do something, just do it to the best of your ability, and you'll see your result.
Right.
And when I started working there, I remember going into a manager's office, and you know, my boss sent me to him. I thought nothing of it. Let me go to him, and I'm trying to present the issues I found. And in presenting it, he got a call. This man had a whole conversation, a whole meeting in front of me, sitting and waiting for him. Wow. A whole meeting.
Wow.
And then when he was finished with his meeting on the phone, and I started explaining again, he's like, "Oh, it's time for me to go home." I went to my boss. I was mad. I was pissed. Wow. Like, how could you just dismiss me like that? Just like, because I was a new employee, and you know, it's the type of egotistic men that feel like, you know, females aren't supposed to be here. But I was determined to prove him wrong, and I got a project. I got a big project that, you know, I was in charge of, and let me tell you, girl put down the work. She got the results. One day I was at my desk, he came over and like, "Latoya, you're an expert in all of this. Can you please assist me?" And I'm like, "Yes, look at who dismissed me a couple months ago." Coming to me for expert advice in a system that he's been working for over 20 years.
You know why though? You were not disrespectful to him.
Wasn't.
Your attitude determines your altitude.
Exactly.
So because you humbled yourself, one, and that's a problem that women have. We do not like to take the lower seat. We want to be right at all times. And so what you did in that scenario was you took the lesser seat. You said, "Okay, I'm going to eat my humble pie and I'm going to get you." Because right there, your enemy became your footstool.
Exactly.
So you went and did your project, and you accomplished well and achieved well with self-determination, exiting doubting, and accomplished the you know, everybody's watching, so I can't.
But no, that was an exciting part in my career for me, quite honestly. It is exciting because...
But we talked about that the other night on my live. I talked about self-worth and self-value, and one of the things that I remember saying is that when you get an accomplishment, it's great. It's a great feeling.
It is,
and it empowers you to win.
It does.
It encourages you to want to keep going.
At all times.
It motivates you. It's like oil in your engine, right? It motivates you to keep going whenever you accomplish something.
And you know what? What I see too, when people see that you keep going, you're not stopping. You know, even when you're faced with obstacles. But one thing, like for example, my boss would say, "And yet she smiles when she's supposed to be angry." Like, yes, I'm angry, but I'm gonna give you a smile. Like, I'm gonna give you the biggest grin there is.
You cannot let your enemy know.
I give you face value
when you are hurting. Don't let your enemy know when you're hurting. Don't let your friends know when you're hurting. Don't take your pain to the battlefield.
No.
Don't take your hurt to your work. Don't take what's happening at home to work.
There needs to be a separation. And that is another thing that I see a lot in the workplace is like people take their home life to work. There has to be a cutoff because you need to understand there are other people. They have a life outside of this work life. Yes, we spend the most hours together.
Yes.
But we all have a life outside of this life. And with that, you know, you cannot take that work. Yes, we're not going to be, like for example, if I'm not in a good mood, I'll tell my coworkers, you know, I'm not in a good mood today, but if you need my help, I will gladly help you.
So what you do when you do things like that is you create boundaries. We spoke about that on the channel with Nicole Rennes before. Creating professional and business boundaries.
Right.
When you do that, No one will cross the border, and then you won't have to get out of control or get out of line, because right there, when you say to them, "I'm not having a good day," right there, they're gonna say, "Okay, you know what? I'm gonna give her space until she get the strength to come around." Right. And sometimes you need that meditation.
You need that meditation, right?
You know, that soundness, that oneness of mind, in order for you to say, "Look, today is my day to create." Like, for instance, I took a time from Facebook Live. Why? It's my time to create. In order for me to do what I'm doing, I need space. I need time to write and create things and get innovative and get inspired again and sit with my mentors and sit with my coaches and say, you know, I got this problem and that problem. You know, go read a book. Right now I'm reading Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Reading it over for no reason, just to get some more information.
Rich Dad and Poor Dad is a good one too.
You know,
that's a very good one.
So you want to read books to motivate yourself, but also women. We're talking to you guys tonight. Remember to eradicate self-doubt. Handle your strength by creating visions. You could write your visions on a vision board, which we had one in January. Or, hey Tricia, you can write your vision in your journal, or you could write it down in your notepad. Whatever you keep as your journal, your diary, you know, write it down. Don't forget your vision.
And not only that, even when you write it down, because what the law of attraction book speaks about is that you need to set it in a place that you can see it every day. And you should recite it at least 2 to 3 times per day. So when you get up in the morning, at lunchtime, when you go home, like, just we have cell phones nowadays, so take a picture of it. Zoom up, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out. So remind yourself of what your goal is, and remind yourself of what you're creating. Like, for example, yesterday I was at home and I'm sitting down, and I am not big on, okay, this is my 2018 resolution, my 2019 resolution.
I'm just not with it.
I stopped doing that about 3 years ago.
3 months. January, February, March. That's my goal. 90 days.
I just give myself time. Like, for example, one of the things is that I don't read a lot. So I challenge myself.
Mathematicians don't read.
Yeah, I know, right? I love numbers. I don't like reading. I fall asleep. But I am challenging myself this year to read at least 10 books for the entire year. And it's not just, I'm not reading love and soap opera books. I'm reading motivational books. You know what you can do to help
to do that? What I do is, sometimes you see I have books there and I have books in my room.
Right.
Because, why? I love to read because I'm a writer.
Right.
I don't like math. But I could calculate. You put money in front of me, I could count it. That's why I'm in business. But to get in the depth of calculus, forget it.
The debits and the credits.
That's why I hired an accountant. Okay? Now, if you are in business and you're not reading to empower your mind, go back to the drawing board. You cannot write a vision without studying to show yourself approved.
Right.
Because you cannot rightly divide nothing. You cannot understand or have a normal conversation if your vocabulary is not wide.
Right. That is
Somebody will use a word and you be like, what are they saying?
What context did they
What the context did they?
Yeah.
What are they saying? What did she mean by that? And then you walk out of the room and you losing money on the table.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Right.
So women who are in business tonight, that's just a little nugget for you guys, okay? Read and empower your mind. Okay. Empower your mind. It is important, right?
And not only that, I'll let you know that there are a lot of audio books on YouTube. You can just Google, type in anything. Empowerment.
You could get free Kindle books too, right?
Yes,
on your
right.
cell phone. I read every day.
Right.
Well, I'm a writer, so, you know, I have books. See on the floor right there. I have books that I'm working on. Like, I have 2 people on my back. Sherry, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate your love. But she's on my back like a treadmill, I'm telling you. She's like, okay, can you take it out? Oh. You know, but you need people like those.
Oh, yeah. You definitely need people that will motivate. And that's why I love my friends. Like, you need people that is growing, that empowers you to grow. And not only that, when you spoke about, you know, our skin color and being inferior, when you see that your own skin color, your own skin tone can do something, can attain something, you know, and okay, we can own a house too. We can own a business too. We can run a successful business too. We can do stocks and bonds and trades. It's like we can do it too, and it's really good when you have a backbone. You have a good strength.
You gotta have a
they say show me your company and tell you who you are. Yes, we can go out, we can have fun, we can have girl fun, or whatever the case is, but at the end of the day, it needs to be about growth.
Definitely.
And empowerment. So, that's another part, is your circle. Who is in your circle? You have to evaluate who is in your circle.
So you're telling me that if I have somebody who does not think big or does not see life the way how I see it, I should dismiss them from my circle?
I'm not saying
or should I keep them around to empower them?
You should keep them around to empower them, but you can't keep dragging a dead horse. That is a part of it. You can't keep dragging a dead horse. Like, you can have someone around, and I strongly believe, whenever you're going somewhere, you should take someone with you, right? You don't go alone.
Be alone.
You should take
Jesus
someone.
sent them out in twos.
You should take someone with you, and with that, I feel like at the end of the day, if you're bringing a friend, a family, whoever it is along, but they're dragging their foot, they're dragging their tail.
But you need support in everything you do.
You do.
Because if you're sick, you need support.
Right.
Like when I used to travel and do my music, I always have somebody there with me, right? My sisters live in Jamaica, so I don't have my sisters. If my sisters were here, I would have so much more help, but I don't. So I have to drag this one and drag the other one and the other one and the other one to come with me. Like, when I'm traveling abroad, I wish I had one of my friends, but then they have to take time off of work. They're not free like me. So I'm like, okay, I need to get a prodigy. I'm working on that, because you need someone there for moral support.
Right.
And in every area of your life, whether you're in a marriage, you're in a relationship, you're in business, you need support. You need somebody to conversate with and tell your pain, to tell your hurt, to tell what's going on, to share your values, to share your truth.
And sometimes it's good to, it's not like some things you keep to yourself, but sometimes it's good to let out. When you
let it out.
That inner, like, go to your pastor, Pastor Birmingham, I love you. Go to your pastor and you talk about things, and you let it out. Or if you have a close confidant, you go there and you just let it out, let it there, and you leave it there. And it's good too, because the thing about it as well, when you're pulling on strength, we have to consider when we're angry, we need to shut up. That's what Pastor told me. Shut up. Shut up. Because I'm like, you need to learn how to shut up, sit back, listen, calm yourself down, and then you
How do you calm yourself down when you're such at a high volume of rage? Now, women, listen. The strength of a woman. When you're at that high volume, Tricia, Angie, Lakeisha, Cece, you guys talk to me. When you're at a high volume of rage, how do you calm yourself down?
Okay.
How?
It's not easy. First
do you take a deep breath?
You take a deep breath. No, you need to take a deep breath.
Sometimes, come on, let's keep it.
Listen. No, let's keep it. Sometimes all you want to do is go toe to toe. It's you feel like it's better. You feel like, it's easier. Get it out there, get it out. But what we end up doing sometimes, we end up hurting each other in that moment. So your best thing is to do is like walk away.
But how do you practice self-control though?
You see, it's not something that comes overnight, I can tell you. It does not come overnight. You have to see the fire burning, know that it's burning you sometime. Pick your battles. That's the thing. It's not every battle that is meant to be fought. Remember that. Think about that. Not every battle is meant to be fought.
You know what I started to tell myself, Latoya? I started to tell myself, Camille, don't drink the soup when it's hot.
Oh, yeah.
Wait until that soup is cool, and then you discuss it. Yeah. Because when you drink the soup or eat the food when it's hot, you're going to get burned.
You're going to get burned. And you're going to be sorry. So
it's safer. Instead of going, I don't have a problem apologizing, right? To say, I don't like to use the word I'm sorry. I like to use the word I apologize. Because for me, it's more sentimental. For me. Opposed to saying, I'm sorry. No, I apologize.
Let me tell you
That's
what I have a problem with, quite honestly. And sometimes this is what I struggle with. If I'm wrong and you're wrong, we both should be able to say apologize.
Yes.
And
definitely.
if you're going to play the blame game, I am human. And, you know, and that is where, you know, you need to step back and accept people for who they are. That is another part of gathering your strength. When you accept people and things for who they are, then you see clearer that, hey, you know, instead of taking the left turn with this, how about I just go straight? How about I take the right turn? You know, you have to accept things for who they are. And the next thing too, you know what we as women like to do? We want to control everything. We need to control everything, and we don't need to control.
We're in charge of the money. We're in charge of the bills. We're in charge of the car payment. We're in charge of all of that. And then we want to be in charge of the business. We want to be in charge of everybody in the business. We want to micromanage everything because you know why? It was set from foundation, and most of us were brought up in single-family homes with just our mom being in control. You know, so we adapt that mentality, and then we wonder why we're single and not married. Now, my husband died, and I chose not to get married yet, but it's on its way.
You know, okay? a part of the issue, you know, it comes all the way back from slavery.
Yes.
It's all the way back from slavery. And shout out to Janelle for letting me read the Willie Lynch letter this couple weeks ago.
That?
I read it, and it was like, wow. And I see it in our society. I see where they basically dehumanize our men.
Wow.
And so the women tend to grow the female strong and tend to protect the men, which makes them weak. As much as we don't like it, if you read that book, I encourage everyone to read it. It's like 22 pages long, really quick, easy read. It's really cheap on Amazon. You probably can find it for free. But the Willie Lynch letter, he talks about how to make the perfect slave.
Wow.
You know, he was a slave owner, I believe, in the Caribbean. Yes, he wrote basically a letter to slave owners in America to speak about how not to include us in decision making. So they will say, you know, don't say this is our land, this is saying my land, and you beat them to let them know that this is my land. And what they did too, if you think about it, how do you break a horse? You know, they whip it, right? And
so you believe that women really whip men into shape? Is that where we get the saying that says, he's my dog, so I train him? The strength of a woman.
Yeah. Plead the fifth. But but when you really look at the Willie Lynch letter and read what this man said, you can see clearly like why our society and why, you know, people of minority think the way they do, and why we push our women to be so rough. You know, to take charge,
because you know what, during slavery, the women were taught to just go out in the fields, right? And work, right? While the men did the hard labor,
right?
But then society changed, and women decide we want equal rights and justice. Okay, so now we develop and we get to the point where we have strength of a woman.
Oh yeah.
But we have lost our femininity.
We have.
And we become men in the households. We become men on our jobs. And we become men in our friendships and relationships. That's why Steve Harvey wrote the book, Act Like a Woman, Think Like a Man. Okay? That book didn't just come about. It came because of the simple fact that women decided they wanted to take the place of a man. And not only are we taking the place in the household, we're taking the place in the job, in our everyday lives.
You find there's this big boom of single women or single mothers.
Why?
And It's numerous reasons. You have men that won't withstand their responsibility. You have women that won't allow men to be men.
That's the point. That's the point. Stop right there. Women will not allow men to be men. We know men are egotistical. right? And instead of us stroking the ego and sit back and compromise, we become bullies and we become controlling. Hey, y'all could love me, y'all could hate me, it's the truth.
It's the truth.
And we know, we women, we know. Not all women are like that. You have some women like, you know, been in marriages for 37 years, 27 years, 15 years, 16 years. Some may agree, some may disagree, but I'm talking to women who need this kind of advice. The women that are in their relationship secure and fine, hey, give us some of your tips so we could help someone else. Okay?
Give me some.
Give me some.
And you know, it's good, Camille, that we can recognize what the issue are, because I do struggle with that, allowing a man to be a man sometimes. I do struggle with that, and it's just because of how I grew up. You know, the women, even though the men were always there, the women was always the head. So sometimes in the relationship, it's hard to sit back and say,
especially if we work our own money.
Oh gosh.
And we make $5,000, $4,000, we make more than the man. We're like, brother, I'm in control. I got this. I turned the key up in here. No, but allow him. Here's what I'm not saying that all men are perfect. Don't get me wrong, women. Men, don't get me wrong. There is some good fathers, some good husbands, some good men out there that are looking for good, strong women. But when you are strong, do not lose your femininity. And that's the problem with us. We have lost our femininity and developed this masculine in our arms and in our mind. Please, women, let us continue to eradicate that, annihilate that, and develop this bring back the sensitivity of a woman.
Well, Camille, you know, even though you said that, I sort of disagree in some. Because some women are forced to take that handle, that mantle, and walk with it. Because some men are grew up sheltered, some didn't grow up with their dad, so they don't know how to be a man. And you're forced, like I have friends that was forced to become the man.
You have women who didn't grow up with their mother.
I know.
And women who
but
didn't grow up with...
naturally
okay, hold on, we got to comment. We got to comment. She said, true, but my kids don't want me to even... Okay, let's go again. True, but my kids don't want me to even want me to have and hold. They want me to be single for the rest of my life. Now, that's serious right there. Yeah. We're talking about a mom with children. The children does not... You're a mom. I'm not a mom. How would you feel if Khalil tell you you cannot date?
Boy, I need love too. You are the parent, and this is what we spoke about earlier, that you need to take time out for yourself. You know, we want companion, we want love, and we give it to our kids every day, and they're selfish, and they have all right to be selfish because they are our kids, and we are their providers, and we are their she said older kids 30 and 29. Come on.
No. You need to tell them to sit down somewhere.
Go start your life, please. Go to the left, please.
Okay, and on Glam Girls, thank you for watching. Princess is here. Princess said, wow, I just talked about relationship today on my Instagram. It is so important. It's not only, remember, we're not only talking about personal relationships, we're talking about professional relationships as well, because I'm in business, Latoya, you know, we're all in business as women, and we're all on the job, right? So we're talking about both places. We're not just talking about one place, right? So, Anita, I'm going to say to you, I'm not a mom. So there you go. You have it from a mother's perspective. Tell your children to just enjoy their life. Let you enjoy yours.
Right.
Now, if the relationship that you get into is abusive and your children see where it's not healthy for you, then I would agree with the children. Okay? But if your relationship is healthy,
it's strong, it's fun, beautiful, love. Just enjoy yourself. They are 29 and 30. Take care to the left, please. Go enjoy your life and go have some mommy fun. You need time. For yourself. That is important. You need to sit back and take. And it's just since lately that I am realizing that I started taking time for myself, because I feel like that is important. important.
It is.
You have to sit back, whether you're just sitting back in the couch, lounging by yourself in a quiet house, having a glass of wine. Yes, big up to my wine. Having a glass of wine, it's just Pastor won't mind a glass of wine. But it is important to just take time out and just relax, renew your mind, your body.
Okay, we got a question over here on Glam
Okay.
Girls. Princess says, I struggle with self-love, so this is good. Self-love. We talked about that earlier, Princess, and Latoya made a valid point. She said self-love is important because if you don't love yourself, how can you love the next person that you're working with? And loving yourself is like taking time to get to know you. You know what I do? I'm going to show you guys this tip. What I do in the morning, I get up, before I even brush my teeth, before I even do anything, there's a mirror in front of my bed on my wall, right? And my vision boards are on the other side. So first step is in the mirror. And I look in the mirror and I say, girl, you know you're beautiful? No, seriously.
No, I do agree. No,
I do. I'm like, girl, you woke up like this? Baby. You got it going on. Now, see, everybody might not agree with what I did, but that's what I do to motivate myself. And then I move to my affirmations, and then I move to my vision board. I am Camille. Oneash impacting the masses. I will travel the nation, helping people to find their truth and maximize their potential by creating action steps to help them achieve their goals. I repeat that right throughout the day. It's my motto. It's my vision. I see myself traveling the world, going from country to country, from nation to nation, allowing women like you guys that are watching tonight to know that you are just as important as any other person in the room. You are the boss of the bosses. You are the queen of the queens, okay? So you want to make sure that you make that known to yourself. Hey, pumpkin.
That is important. And Princess, I don't know if you missed what
Princess
I said. I do. I have on my mirror. I have a big mirror as well in my bathroom, and I have sticky notes on there that reminds me you are beautiful, because I struggle with self-love and wanting to hear, oh, you are beautiful. I wanted someone to tell me you are beautiful, you are important, you know, you are everything that I need. But that's
an inner thing.
Love, it's an inner thing. Like, you cannot love anything or anyone until you love yourself.
So here's another tip on loving yourself. Okay, Princess says, I had a hard time joining Sorry. I must have missed it. Oh, that's okay. But we're refreshing it for you. Hold on, Princess. So Anita says he is coming out of the military and we're going to meet for the first time sometime this week. Ooh, my kid don't think I should meet him, but I'm falling in love with him, and he was fine because we haven't met yet. We talked every day over 2 months. Oh, awesome.
Awesome. I think you should go for it
as long as it is safe.
Yes, your safety is important. So if so be the case, have a friend in the back of the restaurant, the bar, wherever you guys are going to meet. If you're not comfortable, have someone sitting across, like at least 20 minutes ahead of time of you arriving there. So
definitely.
You know you are okay. Have your girl on call. You know, just be safe, because your safety is what is important. And if you guys have been speaking for the last 2 months and you feel like you're falling in love, I love to say standing in love. If you feel like you're standing in love with this person, then I don't see why you shouldn't go for it. I think you should go for it. And
listen, life is short. I got a phone call yesterday from St. Kitts. Remember, I traveled to St. Kitts all the time, right? And I got a phone call from St. Kitts. The lady who always takes care of me in the hotel, she washes my clothes, she makes sure I have my breakfast, she makes sure I have my lunch. She takes care of me. She makes sure the cab comes and pick me up. She does it all. They called me yesterday and told me she passed away. Now, life is short, Anita.
It is.
I just saw her 6 months ago. 6 months, 7 months ago. So I'm expecting when I go to St. Kitts in another couple of months or another year or so that she'll be there. Now who's gonna wash my clothes?
You're gonna wash it yourself.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? I'm on vacation. I shouldn't have to be washing no clothes.
You care about the dirty clothes.
But now the airport want you to bring less stuff. So like I gotta wash my outfit out, you know what I'm saying, wear for the next day.
And switch it up.
And switch it up.
Put this stuff with that bottom tomorrow.
You know, so life is short, Anita. Go for it as long as you are safe. Okay, we got Jennifer Love online. Pia, Pia, how did you move from over there to over here? Pia, you're everywhere. Yeah. So, Princess, here's another tip. We should have finished at 8:30, and it's now what? 9 minutes to 9. The strength of a woman. We'll be live on March 10, 2018 at the Comfort Inn on 1330 Silas Dean Highway in Rocky Hill. Tickets are on sale right now. See the event section, or you could inbox me for more information. Hi, Uncle. And we're going to be empowering you to win. So you will hear voices like Stephanie France, her relentless ambition. You will hear from Miss Cherie Sutton. She's an author and a story writer. You will hear from Margaret DeCass, a health coach. You will get to meet Miss Pia. You got to come because she's going to give you some yoga lessons.
Okay.
I just love it. And so then you're going to hear from me, who's going to give you some business tips. You're welcome, Anita. Hey, Tammy, thanks for watching. You know, so y'all be coming on late. Y'all got to rewind the tape, you know. So, and Princess will be there. Princess will be there. Princess will be there.
We are speaking it to being. You will be there, Princess.
And my girl Pumpkin will be there. She will be there. She will be retired, right, Pumpkin? You'll be retired. Aye, Captain. And so, you know, we're looking forward to a great time. We're going to have vendors, paparazzi jewelry. We're going to have clothing. We're going to have food by Cassandra Nicole. She's going to provide our food, which is awesome. Yes, I'm supporting the women. Sorry, you men. In June, we're looking to collaborate and have Strength of a Man. So, see, I'm not biased. Not biased. Not biased.
For now, we're just empowering the women
we're just empowering the women to grow up. And show up and stand up.
And love ourselves.
Love yourself.
Love yourself.
I'm cute.
I am beautiful.
I'm beautiful and wonderfully made. Without the makeup, with the makeup, I'm still pretty. My head is dry and I'm still pretty.
You know what? I get a question like, why don't you wear makeup to work? Because I am beautiful and I don't want to wear makeup to work. Plus, if I wear makeup too often, it gives me spots in my face. So,
it does.
So, hey, I'm beautiful.
You know what? I'm going to give you guys my secret tip to my skin. I use turmeric and honey and brown sugar. It's a natural cleanse for your skin, and that's what I use. If I don't use that, I use oatmeal. Right now, if you go in my refrigerator, you'll see some turmeric mixed up for one of my friends, for Margaret, and she didn't come and pick it up, so I'm going to be using it, child. And you could drink aloe vera, like those things, and put vitamin E oil on your face.
Apple cider vinegar is very good
for cleansing.
For cleansing and toning your face as well. That is very, very good too. So try that.
So try that. And when you're cleaning, your makeup off, use cotton and use the coconut oil, not the grease, the oil, to clean the makeup off.
That works.
Okay? That's my beauty tip for tonight. So thank you all so much for joining us on Glam Girls Empowerment TV. And thank you so much, Miss Nikia Latoya Barr, for sitting with me tonight.
Thanks for having me.
It was fun.
And we could go all night.
I know, right?
I gotta put this boy to bed.
I gotta go to my bed to get up in the morning. But it's always good.
Do you know this little boy tell his teacher that tomorrow he's bringing candy to school? So and I got a text about, I had to go buy candy before because he's bringing candy to school for Valentine's Day. Having a whole conversation about my pocket. You know, that him nor his teacher is that's what children do. Yeah.
My adopted daughter, she does the same thing. Justina spends my money. She calls and she said, Mom, today is sports day. I said, okay. I need $300. I said, for what? 300 Jamaican dollars. I said, for what? She said, well, I needed to buy lunch. I said, what kind of lunch is it for 300? She said, Mom, come on, it's sports day, it's expensive. She wants $300 on top of her lunch money. Okay? So she gets 500. So if I give her 3, she has 8. I said to my aunt, I said, okay, just give it to her because it's sports day. But I'm telling you, these kids,
Oh yeah.
Gotta love them.
Gotta love.
Gotta love them. Gotta love them.
All the way.
Right? So remember that self-love is important. Treating yourself you can go to dinner by yourself, celebrate you. Get a glass of wine or a glass of water and sit down at the counter and love yourself.
My pastime is just to lay in my couch. I love my couch. Lay in my couch and I'm always drinking wine or mix something. And I'm just watch a
funny comedy.
Yeah, like I love comedy.
Cat
Just
Williams
something
is
that
my favorite.
Just
Yeah.
makes you laugh non-stop, make you feel silly. And you just watch it, you just hold our vibes, as we will say, and just relax. We need to sometimes take that time out.
That's why you guys that are on Facebook that lives in Connecticut in the Hartford area, go follow my page. You will find Miss Pia J. Simmons Johns. She is a Pilates and yoga expert. And when I tell you her class gives you everything that you need to become one with yourself. I went and took her class. Girl, I think I did just regular fitness with her, not the yoga. And I was sore for 2 days because she worked, and we didn't do no vigorous workout. We did small baby step workouts, and I felt it after, and I said, wow, I don't think I want to go back. But I will. I tell her to have a class in Hartford because
I did a little bit of yoga last year. That was relaxing. Relaxing. Try to get that headstand going, but it not working.
Oh. You're not young anymore.
Girl. Girl.
So there you have it, you guys. Do join me again tomorrow. Well, join Miss Pia tomorrow. She'll be here from 8 to 8:30 discussing meditation and yoga.
Don't miss it.
Don't miss it. You don't want to miss that class. You don't want to miss it. You can log on Glam Girls Empowerment. So it's www.facebook.com/groups with an S/Glam TV. And you can opt in to be a part of it, and Miss Pia will give you some great information on how to have a healthy mind and a healthy body. And then join me on Thursday at Channel 5 in Windsor, as well as on WKND 97.5 with Mr. Lovey himself. And we're going to be discussing more about Black History Month on the radio. And join us on Friday with Josette Hill White. We're going to be talking about financial breakthrough from the ghetto. That's a hot topic.
That's interesting. Okay? I like that.
And then on Saturday, we're going to have a surprise guest from Alabama. So she's going to be discussing with me the strength of a woman. So join me live then, and we will continue to empower you to win. Thank you all so much for joining me here on Glam Girls Empowerment, as well as on my personal channel. Have a wonderful night. Thank you, Latoya.
You're welcome.
Yes. March 10th, get your tickets. Good night.
Good night. Bye, everyone.